television program, play acts performances, and our New Life, New Image project are being brought to you in part with the generous support of our producing partners. It's the Wake Up and Live with the Arts Show, the performing and cultural arts program which celebrates and showcases the diversity of the arts and performing artists in Northeast Ohio. And welcome to Wake Up and Live with the Arts. I'm Sue Johnson, your co-host, along with Gary Webster, and we are so excited to welcome our guests today. Our first guest, Gary will introduce. His name is Titus Golden, and then shortly thereafter, we'll meet Linda Ingram. But as we get started, Gary, let's take just a minute and have you give us an update about your newest Indians book. Last time we featured you about your newest publication. How are things going right now?
Well, things are going very well. I would ask you to get out your calendar for next year. This is quite a ways in advance, but this way you can circle the dates on your calendar and make sure that you are free on either April 4th or April 10th. On April 4th at the Cleveland Public Library downtown,
good for you.
I'll be part of a discussion about the 1920 world champion Cleveland Indians, along with the gentleman who wrote the other book about the 1920 Cleveland Indians, after I did, by the way, and the two gentlemen from Lake County who published a book mainly of pictures about League Park. And we are, where we're sitting here in the Rainey Institute today, 2 blocks away from what was once League Park. That will be on April 4th, which is the day of the Indians' home opener. Don't have a time as yet because the time of the home opener hasn't been announced and the library needs to coordinate with the home opener. So you can stop at the library, be part of our discussion of the 1920 world champion Indians, and then go to the ball game and watch the Indians beat the Minnesota Twins, I think will be the home opening opponent. Or on April 10th, at the Euclid Public Library on 222nd Street in Euclid, I will be hosting a discussion about my second book, 721, The History of the 1954 Cleveland Indians. So April 4th, downtown at the Cleveland Library, or April 10th, that will be 7 p.m., April 10th, a Thursday, at the Euclid Public Library. I'd be glad to talk to you about either or both of my books and even provide you with a copy for remuneration.
Okay, now what we need to do is you provide your email address or a phone number or a website so people can contact you and get more specific information as it becomes available.
Okay, the email address is fan1, F-A-N, the number 1, F-A-N, the number 2, fan1, fan2, at OH.RR, Robert, OH.RR.com. And that'll get you in touch with me, ask any questions you might have, and I'll get right back to you.
Or reserve a seat before the auditorium gets overflowing.
Well, that's possible as well.
Okay, and with that, let's welcome our first guest to this edition of Wake Up and Live with the Arts.
And this gentleman to my right is Titus Golden.
Hello.
Now, Titus helped us get set up about a month or so ago when we did our first taping here at the Rainey Institute, and we are really pleased to be here, to have use of this facility. And we had a chance to talk with you off camera, and you have had a long affiliation with the Rainey Institute. How far back do you go?
Let's see. I'm 27 now. I started off when I was 9. It's talking about 98, 97.
So that's about 17, 18 years, 16, 17, 18 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And you spent a great deal of time at the previous location, which is just a few blocks to the north of where we are now. What brought you to Rainey for the first time?
when you were a little whippersnapper kid?
Oh, well, my mom.
Well, that takes care of that.
No, my brother somehow got in contact with Rainey, and he was offered a summer job. I believe it was the drama instructor for the summer camp. And my mom came on because she was a music teacher. So she was teaching music, and I just got dragged along. But I ended up being the only kid that stayed.
Okay, and now you're still here now. What are some of the things you're doing here at Rainey now?
Any classes they want me to teach, any problems, turning on lights, turning on soundboard, working microphones, classes specifically, art, drama classes for the summer camp, taken after my brother.
Who's your brother? Might as well give him a shout
Why
out.
not? Why not? Shout out to my brother Joseph Golden. He's teaching English in South Korea right now.
Oh my heavens, okay.
Yep. Music classes, upright bass instructor, tumbling classes for 3 to 5 year olds.
And you yourself are a Renaissance man because you do artwork, you
Yes,
do guitar,
I do.
you sing,
I try.
and those are just some of the things I know that you do as a talent. Would you talk to us about your artwork, what you have there in front of you, and
All right.
how did you get to be interested in art?
Well, I guess with any talent I believe that I have now, a lot of them started off as a kid being in the art drama classes. When I was younger, we did pottery, and that's something that I want to get back into. That was a flower that I did with one of the art teachers, Don Tiez. We had not a competition, but just a challenge for each other with chalk and oil pastel.
Is Dante still here? I met
Yes,
him.
ma'am,
We
he
met
is.
him. Lester and I, our videographer, met him last year. Okay. And what kind of medium is this, hon?
Chalk and pastel.
Oh, chalk and pastel.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is a lily.
You know what? I'm not sure a
Orchid.
specific name, but I do believe it was in my garden, so I took a picture and drew it.
Oh, you drew it from the photo that you had. Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay. When did you start studying or drawing or doing art?
In my opinion, it had to be when I was 9. It came to Rainey.
Okay,
I don't
that's
think
when
I
it
did.
started. Uh-huh.
I didn't do too much
Okay.
before then.
Now, talk to us about this particular picture, if you will.
Not a problem.
It looks kind of Asian in a way.
I had really no driving force behind it. Just kind of put paint on the brush and move your hand and see what type of colors you can mix, type of random shapes you can put with it as far as the squares on the outside. It was kind of a fun piece, just introducing myself to watercolor because that was my first piece.
Oh,
So these
really?
are watercolors.
Yes.
This one is a watercolor.
Yes,
The
sir.
next one we're going to see, is that also
That's
a
watercolor, but it's also mixed with pen. I did a pen and watercolor.
Water. Okay.
These are both particularly appealing to me just because I like bright, colorful things. They're just so cheerful, and both of these fall into that category.
I appreciate that. I think I'm in a pretty decent spot in life, so I hope that my attitude or personality will shine through the artwork somehow.
All right. Now, as an artist, do you have ambitions or dreams to go into a gallery at some point, or is your work posted here at the Rainey Institute, featured here?
Well, at the moment, me and Don Tiez are making all of these pictures to post on the wall outside in the art gallery here.
Okay.
If it was to happen, people liked it more, and somebody wanted to put it in the art gallery, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I wouldn't
Okay.
close my mind to that idea.
Do you have any particular dreams or ambitions about being an artist, or is this something that this is where you are right now?
I think for right now it's more so a hobby, way to calm myself down and spend time doing something creative instead of doing something destructive. So, yeah.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
So right now it's just more so a hobby.
Okay, now tell us, because Gary, one of the things he is well known for is his guitar playing. So talk to us a little bit about that. We're going to have you perform a little for our viewing audience
Not
as
a
well.
problem.
So tell us, how did you get involved with guitar?
Well, my entire family is musical.
Is a musical family?
We sang a lot as far as together. I actually didn't start playing the bass until 2007.
Okay, so that's fairly
So it's
recently, about 6 years ago.
About 6 years ago, and it was during the summer camp. And I was thinking to myself, well, I want to learn an instrument. My mom plays the piano, my brother plays the piano. Everybody can sit down and tinker with it. when I want to do something different, nobody in my family plays, and it's a bass guitar. It's like nobody in my family plays the bass. Hey, let's give it a shot. And it just so happened, I think I'm pretty okay at it.
Yeah, in terms of your overall dreams and ambitions, because you are quite a creative artist, do you plan to become professional in any of these genres?
I guess my mentality on all that is the same way kind of with the art. If the door was to open up, I would have no problem walking through it. I'm not necessarily searching for it, because I like the work that I'm doing here with the kids. I think it makes me feel good to be a male role model that's giving them something positive.
Hot dog.
So that's pretty much my desire at the moment, is to give what I have to the kids in hopes that it can better them later.
All right, so how about we get you to give some of your music to our audience?
I could do that. Not a problem.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Oh, say yeah. Oh, say yeah. I'ma paint you a picture of how I really feel. Take a black canvas and crack it. Just don't let the paint spill. You see, for every drop of paint, yeah, it's like a pint of blood. So every stroke you make has to be made with love, yeah. Oh, color swirling through my head. Which color do I pick? Purple or red? Or maybe I should mix the two for a different feeling instead. I should just begin. So a splash of white like lightning through a dark cloud. Smears of orange to simulate a love sundown. Blended with the red, passion burning desperately. Which color sets you free? Oh, set greens for freedom, spread your wings. And purple is for loyalty, so you'll come back to me. And yellow stands for the light that guides you faithfully. And blue is for my love, giving life grand as a sea. Oh, I'm gonna paint you a picture of how I really feel. Take a black man and break him, but leave some of his will. You see, for every action made, yeah, yeah, can hurt or save someone. So as you go throughout your day, try to give away just a little love. I'ma paint you a picture. I'ma paint you a picture.
And that was an original composition, wasn't it, Titus?
Yes, sir.
Entitled?
Paint you a picture.
How long ago did you write that?
That might have been 6 to 7 months ago.
6 or 7 months ago. I have to tell you that I was sitting here listening to it, and it reminded me in style and your vocal quality. You sound like Stevie Wonder.
All right, I'll take it.
I was going to say John Legend a little bit.
And I get that one too.
Yes, uh-huh.
But I appreciate that. They're both rich, so maybe that make me rich.
Well, I know you said you're content with your life where it is, but you don't know me, but I would strongly encourage you to pursue your gifts on a higher level. And don't keep your light hidden under a bushel.
Oh no, not at
But
all.
no, if you can get gigs, performing here at Rainey or out at some of the local establishments, because you got a lot of talent in there, kid.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
How many songs have you written?
I'm not sure. If I had to guess, in between I would call that my secular song. I think it's a nice meaning, has nice words, but songs like that and gospel songs, I'd say maybe around 40.
This is strictly a question that comes to satisfy my own curiosity. Being a writer myself, but not a writer of music, I know what it feels like when the inspiration hits and it's time to sit down at the word processor and put these ideas down in the computer, eventually to be on paper. What happens to you when the inspiration for a song pops into your head?
Well, I guess first is how I get that inspiration. For that specific song, Paint You a Picture, it was actually like a breakup song. I had recently got out of a relationship. And instead of it being like I'm mad at you, I don't like life, it's like, actually, I hope you have wonderful things. I want to keep having wonderful things. It just didn't work out the way that we planned.
Right.
So this inspiration was more so of like content and happiness. Now, where do you find your happiness? What color can I put in this picture to make you satisfied? Because in our relationship, I did tell her that I would paint her a picture. And I did, and I said, I'm gonna paint you another picture, and it ended up being the song, which is why all the colors are in it. So it was pretty much just a feeling of content and satisfaction, but still, let's show each other love, even though it might have hurt, might have been hard.
So you took the higher ground.
Yeah,
Actually, it was a more spiritual.
Higher Ground. That's a Stevie Wonder song, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
We're going to get you a recording contract one way or the
It's all
other.
over it, yes.
Another question, just out of writer's curiosity, and you've probably heard this before. It's the chicken or the egg question that always comes to songwriters. What comes to you first, the melody or the lyrics? Does it vary from one song to another?
I think for the most part, though, it comes from a melody, because I'll normally be sitting in my room holding the bass, just playing around, messing with stuff, and I might find something that I like, and then I'll keep playing it over and over and over again. Then I might hum a tune to that tune. Be like, oh, that's not bad, and then try and freestyle some words. If something comes up nice, then I start writing things down.
You also said that you compose gospel music, as it were.
Yes.
Do you have a particular gospel style that you like to record?
I think it's kind of the same. I think whatever music I might produce or try and come up with, I think it's gonna have a jazzes, R&B,
Kind of
neo
a
soul vibe to it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have artists who are your inspiration as you look out to some of the many, many other vocal and instrumental artists? Do you have somebody you look up to and say, gee, I wish?
At the moment, not that's known. Like, my brother is one of the people that I look
Well,
up
he
to.
counts.
Yes, he does. So
He
my
counts.
brother, and then before, when I was in college and just getting started, I didn't really start singing like by myself and finding my own voice until around 2000.
Okay.
So I'm not necessarily a newbie, but I'm still finding things. And at that time, it was D'Angelo, Erykah Badu, and Music Soul Child.
All right. then.
Those are neo soul artists.
Exactly. So now we're getting ready to wrap up this segment shortly. And as far as you know, are you scheduled to do any performing here at Rainey in the near future with Christmas programs or whatever else is
Not
coming
specifically.
Okay.
I mean, if
Okay.
normally they throw things at me last minute, so it's a possibility. We probably have a Christmas play coming up. I'll probably be in that.
up? I see.
I do some gigs out last Friday of every month at a spot on the west side called Touch Super Club.
Oh,
I'm a
you
bass
just
player.
anticipated my next question. Are you available for gigs and for private parties or out on the scene?
And as long as they hear the music and they don't mind, I have no problem sharing it.
Do you have an email or website or phone number that you would love the public to have? So if anybody wanted to contact you,
Okay.
they could.
I have no problem with the email.
All right, well, how about you share that with our
Not a
audience?
problem. It's TITUS, L as in lion, F as in fox, G as in goat, @gmail.com. TITUSLFG@gmail.com.
So that's Titus LFG
Yes, ma'am.
at gmail.com. And we'll have that, on the bottom of the screen. Okay, well, Gary, we need to thank Titus for stopping by and
Yes, we do.
representing.
And we should also thank him for helping getting us set up here on the stage, because we were
Yes.
talking about the duties that Titus performs here at
Production
Rainey.
crew, yes.
Yeah, and he was our production crew. This table and these chairs are here because of the sweat of Titus's brow, and we need to thank him for
Thank
that.
him for that, yes, and I'm sure the lighting and the audio, what have you. So thank you so much.
No
And
problem.
Titus is an example of the quality of arts and education programs that Rainey is well known for. Rainey has developed a history over the past 100 years, and it is still going strong. It serves many, many, many young folks, all the way from about 3 years on up to, young adult, like 20, 21, 22 at the outside, as a rule, for students. So please, do you remember the phone number here? It's 881.
1766.
That's right. Call Rainey, 216, what'd I just say? 881-1766 to find out more about their programming, their arts and education programming, and how you might want to get someone involved in the programs here. They have art, they have dance, they have instrumental and vocal music, they have drama, they have visual art. So they have a lot to offer to the community. So please give Rainey Institute a call and find out more about what they offer, so that your person in your life might want to and be able to participate. They do a great job in helping young folks express their creative talents. Okay, well, listen, don't go away.